All right, so Dragon Dogma 2 launches the most negative review bombing after microtransaction reveal, and man, what a bummer. This is updated, right? So this was written 3 days ago, but I believe they updated it. It says updated, so we're going to assume that they have the update. Okay, so update, March 22nd, right? So that's 3 days ago. It says Capcom has reported or responded to the ongoing controversy surrounding the microtransactions in the new blog post, reiterating to the players that most of the items available to purchase can be acquired through gameplay, as I wrote in the post originally. Now, we can confirm that this is now several of the other writers, myself included, have either completed or gotten very far through the playthrough. However, I think it's important to emphasize that not all these items are common finds, and some of are only available in limited quantities. Now, just based off that alone, here's the problem people have with Dragon's Dogma, right? Now, a lot of people didn't even buy the game. Upset because they heard someone that there was they had no interest. They had no interest in this game whatsoever, and they're jumping on board because single player. This is no different than someone protesting something they don't actually believe in, right? They see a crowd and they're like, "What's?" Like if you go outside your house and start going like this to the sky, someone will stop or slow down and get out and kind of look at the sky with you because they don't know what's going on. They just want to be a part of the group. Okay? Now, do I think single-player games should have microtransactions? Hell no. No, I don't. Okay? But they do. Now, you guys know me. I don't partake in microtransactions. The only partaking I do with microtransactions is if I'm interested in the game, I bought the game, which then sends a signal to home base, which is the corporation, and says, hey, they bought the game, and it has microtransactions. They like microtransactions, and that's the way corporate office works, okay? It says, notably, the article also confirmed that Capcom is looking into adding its easy way to start a new game in Dragon Dogma 2 soon. Though, you can also delete your save file to also do that at launch. I wrote about a short guide on the process. You can also... So this is stupid as well, right? Single-player game, one game file, right? Why is that? Because they want to sell you a microtransaction in the game to do stuff. And if you don't want to do that, you can get it in-game as well. But the fact that they have it there to change your character is kind of scummy. Now, following its launch, Dragon Dogma 2's rating on Steam was slowly but steadily improved. At the time of writing this, the update, it has risen to mixed, with 42% of all reviews giving a positive score. Now, the original article, as I write this, Capcom's new ARPG, Dragon's Dogma 2, is now officially playable on PC through Steam, with the game slated to go live on Xbox and PlayStation console in just a few hours. Okay, this was a couple days ago before it launched. Now, what was supposed to be an exciting celebratory launch of the sequel, fans have also been waiting over a decade, though it's been marred by controversy. Now, when the game became available, a previously hidden suite of microtransactions purchases did as well. These include everything from roof crystals used in the hire other players, pawns of art of metamorphosis required to change the character's appearance, along with the Wakestone reveal items. Now, the port crystals, fast travel points, use key to escape the prison cells, insists of editing the pawn's indication of the pawns getting randomized by the way. Now, monsters' lures, and even special camping equipment has weighs less than normal gear, and they're visible on Dragon Dogma's 2 DLC page. Now, the price of these microtransactions range from $1 to $5. So, you know what? I'm going to give them a round of applause because they actually made a microtransaction. It's not a lie. They do have microtransactions. While some other appear to only be purchased in a limited quantities, it looks like others can be brought in infinitely. And when they consider Dragon Dogma 2 is a $70 single-player RPG, it's not surprising that the players are not happy. Now, to put this lightly, on Steam, it's already plummeted down to mostly negative rating with only 34% of review positive. Okay? Now, obviously, you as a customer don't have to buy the game right now. Nothing happens if you don't buy the game right now, especially since it's a single player. Now, obviously, because people are playing the game, they could ruin your experience because it could leak online what's happening in the game. But if you're online playing the game while, like, if I bought the game, that's still going to happen. So do I have to speed through the game so I don't get ruined? Do I have to stay ahead of the train so I don't get hit, right? Or don't worry about it and buy it later. Now, if you don't like the microtransactions because it's a full-price $70 game, then wait for it to go on sale. Wait till it's $60. Wait till it's $50. Wait till it's $40. Wait till it's a pre, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a used copy. You don't have to buy the game right now full price with the microtransactions in the game. Now, obviously, it's not good that there's microtransactions in any game. You know, if it's free to play, cool. If it's a lower price game, sure. Okay, but a full price $70 game, that's where people have a problem. Okay, but again, you don't have to partake in this, right? If you have time to play the game, then play the game. If you don't have time to play the game, maybe you should reevaluate what you're doing and going, you know what? I don't have time to play this game right now. I'll pick it up down the road when I do have time. Okay. So then after pre-purchasing the deluxe edition, I went in to install it today. I saw a whole page dedicated to its microtransactions in the store. Okay. He says, how did it even have a nerve to put any kind of microtransactions in any already full-price single-player game? It's so wild to me. Makes the same point, rather, that great games held down by scummy microtransactions. Now, here's the thing. This is a $70 game, full price, and they're charging you, people say it's like pay to win, pay to progress, whatever you want to say it. It's just a microtransaction. Then there's games that, Suicide Squad, full price game, but they have microtransactions on top of that, much more than just $1 to $5, okay? And they're also giving you all the content for free, right? Like, they're not charging you to get Joker. They're not charging you for the other stuff. They're not charging you to fast travel or anything like that. They're just charging you for cosmetic skins. So now we have cosmetic skins and actual gameplay mechanics that are happening here, where if you want to fast travel, put something down, you have to purchase one of these. You don't have to. You can earn it through the game, but it means you have to put time in, and people don't want to put time in, right? They want to get it now. So do you blame the company? I mean, this is not the first game that Capcom has put it in. They've put these in the game for the last, like, correct me if I'm wrong, at least 6 years, if not more. I think it's almost closer to 10, right, with all the games that they have. Okay? So, indeed, much of Windows Central's team, yours truly included, has already accessed the Dragon Dogma 2 for quite some time now, and we're also in love with the incredible combat system and rich fantasy world. Now, I think that's what it comes down to, right? Are you having fun with the game? Is the game a game? Did you feel, before you knew there was microtransactions, right? You had no problem playing the game. If they didn't have microtransactions, you would have been like, oh, this is fantastic. I'm having a blast. I'm doing all this stuff. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, they put microtransactions. You're like, ah, this is it. Game's crap. Is it? You're 60 hours in and you had a blast, right? So for more on that, the team wasn't made aware of the microtransactions beforehand, but we've been lying if we said those microtransactions haven't dampened some of the writers' enthusiasm of the game, especially since the handful of them are practically egregious, okay? Of the lot of them, two of the frustrations to me, or most personally, are the $2.99 port crystals and the $1.99 Rift, okay? The former monetization ability to fast travel wherever you want in the game world, and the port crystals are extremely rare to find in gameplay. Now, while the latter's remained, nature essentially turns changing your pawns into a slot machine, you can spend $2 to re-roll. Or am I pretty miffed about the $2.99 Explorer's Camping Kit, too? As it weighs less than the kits you'll find in-game, and you can be purchased infinitely from in-game vendors once unlocked. I think that's the biggest one that I don't like from hearing all of this, is the $3 extra camping kit that weighs less, so you can do... Right? There's like a little advantage. Like, why didn't you just add that to the pre-order bonus, right? Why didn't you put the $2.99 Explorer's Camping Kit? Maybe it is. Chat, let me know. Is the $2.99 Explorer's Camping Kit in the $80 version of the game, or is it just in the $70 version? I mean, obviously, if it's in the $80 and then you have to pay $2.99 on top of that, let me know. Let me know if it's in, right? I don't know. Okay. While the vast majority of what you can buy can be found in the game, there are items that are extremely difficult to find. Cost a ton of Rift crystals to buy, and they can also, there are microtransactions for that too. Or are they only available for a limited quantity? I've only been able to find 2 of the art Metamorphosis tomes that also sell in a single-player NPC shop despite finishing the game. Now, for example, which suggests that there are may and be limited to a number of times you can change your appearance unless you're prepared to fork over some cheddar. Okay? And again, this isn't a free-to-play live service experience or anything like that. It's a $70 full-price single-player game. And it's incredibly one, okay? Which is why the shocking reveal of all these microtransactions is such a colossal bummer. Genuinely, this is one of the best open-world RPGs I've ever experienced. But now, it's been overshadowed by greedy nickel and diming, and goddamn, that sucks. Okay? So, Jez Gordon also says, I wanted to add here that the Capcom didn't hide these microtransactions from us. Before I published my review, there was a detailed in the review guide via link detailing DLC, which I had assumed referred to pre-order bonuses. Either way, when typically the review games, I avoid reading the review guide because I want to go in with a blank slate. as it's also playing purely as would be all yesteryear as someone who had just purchased the game for the first time. In the past, I received review guides that include developer explanations of PR languages that also felt might be designed to try to influence my opinion on the game. I feel like discovery as part of the gaming experience, and typically avoid review guides, and I hadn't shared the guide with my team either. Now, either way, my take is that when you conduct interviews saying that the fast travel is intentionally restricted, this is another thing that happened, right? Just back in January, he said fast travel. If you have fast travel in your game, it's because your game is boring. And then they sold you fast travel. So take the context, whatever you want. That's what he said. Okay? Because traveling on foot was designed to be fun, sort of undermines your position when you start selling port crystals fast travel points as microtransactions. These port crystals in particular are incredibly rare in the game, and only found a couple in my initial playthrough and a third on my second. The game is ironically the best enjoyed without paying for microtransactions in my view, but it still leaves a sour taste of particular things like fast travel, character recustomization, could also very easily be free inclusion per other games. It's a slippery slope, and ex-EA John Riccitello and Infamous, I want to sell bullets in Battlefield microtransaction quirk yesteryear. So, look, if it's not a big deal, and here's my stance. If they're not big deals, then why put them in the game in the first place? You see what I'm saying? Like, why couldn't they put this additional $2.99, $1 this, $1 that, okay, inside the game? It's part of the game, right? If I get 7 fast travel points in the game, why can't we have 10? Because they're like, well, the game costs us this much, and if we get this many people to buy it, and 10% of those people buy because they don't want to wait to get this game or wait to get the fast travel, then we'll make an additional $3 off each like, just put it in the fucking game. Just put it in the game. Like, Capcom doing this seems a little strange, right? But they've done this before. But that doesn't make it right. In a single-player game, in my opinion, right? You have your opinion, I have my opinion. In a single-player game, I don't think there should be extra microtransactions to help you fast travel through the world, okay? That's like buying a pair of boots that makes you move 50% faster in the game because you don't have time to walk between places, right? Each their own, right? We all have our lives. We all have, some people work 60-hour weeks. They come home, they got to do a whole bunch of stuff. They just want to sit down and play the game. And then they pay the $70 and they sit down and they go, oh, you know what? It's $2, $3. I can fast travel to this point, or I can play 10 hours to get another one. Each their own. It does look scummy, okay? It does look scummy. And to say that, well, if you don't like it, don't buy it. If people didn't buy games because of microtransactions, there would be no games left to buy. There'd be very few games for people to buy. And at the end of the day, people just want to play the game. Now, obviously, I say this all the time. We're in the 1 percentile. People that watch videos, watch YouTube, do all this stuff. Yes, there's millions and millions of people, okay? But a lot of people don't even know about this. A lot of people won't even notice that there's microtransactions in the game. They'll just kind of play the game and do their thing. And then if it's down the road, they might pick it up for $3. Yes, it's scummy. I don't care who does it. I think anything besides cosmetics is a scum factor inside a game, especially a single-player game. Now, if you came in and you want to give me better armor, better suit of armor that has nothing to do with stat-wise, it just looks cool, and you want to sell that, I have a problem with it. But that's much better than selling you something that gets you through the game faster. Okay? But these are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments section down below. What do you guys think? Is Dragon Dogma 2 and what Capcom's doing, is this an industry standard and going forward? I mean, this is where it's been. It's been like this for years. This is not new. Okay? Do you think this is scummy? Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think this is fair? Let me know in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe, and if you like what we do here, check out some of our other videos. Thanks for watching.